Alright, what's going on, guys? Top Gingy back. So now we are getting into. I thought I had more content. I think I had issues with my camera now that I remember, or like I think it was battery life. And going into day 2, I had a buddy of mine actually give me a battery pack so I could record with my phone so my phone wouldn't die. So now I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I remember now because I only got that was like the end of that. My last video when I played mono red and ended up losing was the I think it was round 3 of the RACQ. So, but yeah, going into this one, I think this is the third round because the first round I still had issues with my camera. I'm pretty sure about this. This could be round 2, but it's still pretty early. But the first 2 people I had issues with my camera for some reason when I pushed the button and hit record, it didn't record. So that game didn't happen, and I felt like I did it again. Going into round 2, and also I think we were a little rushed, and then I ended up forgetting, and then after I made those 2 mistakes, I kind of ended up getting the rest of them. So as you can tell, not only did I make mistakes in my games, made mistakes with my recording. So, but yeah. So starting off, I believe this is Golgari. I can update it. If I remember correctly, this guy was really awesome. He had his wife was there watching him play. Really good dude. I feel like we had a really great game. But we both mulliganed down to both of us mulliganed down to 5, which felt and I believe that happened both game even games 2. I think games 3 he got a little more screwed. I can't remember exactly, but we both games 1 and 2 mulliganed to the same amount of cards. I think it was 5. So, which was kind of funny. But it feels really bad sometimes is when Golgari for some reason wants to play Thrun, the Breaker of Silence, I think is the card is the name of the card in their main. Can be pretty crazy sometimes. So yeah, it is Golgari. So was right on that. Quick first couple of turns. So starting off adventuring. I forget the name of the adventure, but draw a card, lose life. The old 3/2 trample guy. So taking the thing here. So this isn't bad. I would rather have Rona's in my hand, but we get to hit 3 spells, which is pretty sweet. So then pretty much my best card in this matchup, which is up to Beanstalk. I love how I always slam it. I'm like, I always I feel like I don't ever just set it on the field. I just go above and beyond with my beans. I think I just want them to really know that I have a beans. So to me, it felt like a good play. I know they get to draw a card again off their dude and then re-slam it, but I was like, this bounces their thing, and if they gonna remove my creature, he's gonna have to waste his whole turn killing my terror, and it draws me a card. So, which I think I'm okay with, because if he's wasting time drawing cards with the adventure side, he's kind of losing the race. So in the late game it's bad, but I think I just need to start getting established on the board and replacing my resources. So yeah, see, now he's playing defensively, which I'm okay with ever so bit. So another beans. I think we're just now we're just in the driver's seat here in this town, which I think we're out tempoing him. I think we're just gonna bounce, draw 2 cards, stay ahead in the race. I mean, it's kind of the most important thing, which it looks like he missed a land drop. No, I was on. I don't remember now if I was on the play or not. So, but yeah, just re-slam my dude and hope for the best. And I'm like, yeah, sure. If this is all you're doing, I'll take this game all day. It's funny, I've played against this card multiple times too, the 3/2, and did not know that he had trample. So hit him for 5 last, hit him for 5 again. We got him to 9. And again, I just think we're in the driver's seat. I don't even know what he can play to kind of get him out of this position. I think this is where we go for the throating. Go for the throating, my dude. No, just another 3-2. Yeah, and then the go for the throat. Yeah, I kind of figured. Which now he's going to be like, I definitely trade. But again, I think we're just in this position. I think I tap out. I think I just saw another this down. It would make a lot of sense to me to just, tap out for this town and just bounce the dude. But I'm like, I think I have enough here to go get crab, which seems 10 times better. I get to establish a threat and keep this town up to protect. Yeah, this makes more sense now. Seems like 10 times better spot. So yeah, and then we just crab it, draw my 2 cards, tap his dude down, hit him for another 5 here, and just keep the tempos up. Pop. He was at 9, so now he's at 4. We got another boy, another beans. Yeah, like we just stay so far ahead now. I think the worst card to see would be a Sheldred if he played Sheldred, but I still think we're winning that because if he slams Sheldred, plays the dude, plays another dude, and now I'm like, I think I just win here. Yeah, because I tap both dude down. I got 15 power, and then, yeah, I'm just like, I got this town for both your dudes. Pick them up. Pick them up! Very interesting. Golgari is like one of those decks where you just really never know what's going to be on their deck. At most, you're always going to see the 3-2. Some don't even play Llanowar. They're more on even duresses and cut downs. Could be full control. The list is pretty I feel like Glissa is a pretty primary card in the deck, a 2 or 3 of. I think the card's really good, especially in this meta with a lot of enchantments and rooms and dudes. It's a must answer threat in a lot of matchups. The other card is whether they're on the demons, the annexes, which I think annexes are really good. Downfall is sometimes they can just kill you, but they also have the backside of just killing your opponent with the neg 2 draw a card, which is pretty sweet. So I like the idea of being on Sheldreds. I feel like the deck just needs really good early removal or creatures, and then just go into the late game with Sheldreds, and the annexes are just is really the good format or formula for it. A lot of people aren't playing Planeswalkers, which is wild to me. There's a lot of good Planeswalkers in Golgari, Vivian, there's Vraska, there's Liliana's. I've seen some play Liliana, but the Liliana the Veil, the 3 mana, discard and sack a creature, which isn't bad, but she in this format doesn't live that easily and doesn't protect herself. I know she kills a creature, but this is kind of creature heavy format, go wide. So just sacking a creature is sometimes not good enough. A lot of people there's tokens and other decks that don't really do much. She doesn't really do much against. So again, I think this is a game where we both mulled to 5, and then I think this is where he was being pretty nice. He was like, oh, I saw this card, and I'm just like, hey, I'm cool with you just shuffling the deck, and we'd be good to get going. So start us off. He's gonna get us going here. So we both finished our moles. Did we both go to 6, it looks like? So again, I got a pretty good start against him here. He's got the turn 2 Llanowar Elf, the best. And we just see the hoping. Hope we just go to see the hoping to cash grab. It's usually premier turn 1, turn 2 for this deck. Just does everything you want. So we gained 2 here. Forgot to add. So, which it looks like we got it. Yep. Showing it off the camera there. I'm like, we got it. 4 mana. Like, Llanowar does a lot for this deck, too. Just being on 4 mana. And then, give me the old smacky smack for 1. I honestly think the best thing that, like, a lot of these Golgari decks can do against the Beans deck is, 1, answer Beans, and 2 is, like, play a bunch, like, get a bunch of threats down. Like, they just, like, start slamming a bunch of threats, like these 2/4 Death Touchers and the Glissas, the Preachers and Preachers of the Schisms. I'm like, oh my god, what do I do against these? Like, I know I can bounce them, but, like, they just keep slamming them. It gets rough. Like, you just go this into, like, what's it called? This into, like, a Sheldred, into, like, the 5-drop. I'm trying to think of there's, like, a 5-drop demon, like, flying demon, the Alcatraz or something. So yeah, I'm like, bounce his dude, tap his dude down. I wanted to, like, keep him taxed on mana here. Was the best thing I could do. Play my boy. I think we have another cash grab in hand, so we're already on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instance sorceries we're showing. What is this? Thrun. Yeah, this is the card. Like, I'm like, oh god, how do I deal with this card? I'm like, literally nothing targets this or interacts with it. And then we bring in our sideboard, just a bunch more removal. I'm pretty sure the way I deal with this is like having a crab and then attacking with the crab just to get my damage in, and then I had to make him fight with a bushwhack, and oh my god, it felt so bad. This is already looking like the play exactly that I'm talking about. So we get the crab here. Yeah, and I got the bushwhack in hand, so it sounds exactly like this is what I'm talking about. Dude's a 3/3, so can't really attack because I can't even do bait. Like, I have 2 cards in hand, so I can't even bait double spell, which sucks because I really wanted to. I think a part of me debated here too to just crab and tap down his Llanowar, but I was like, I'm not. Again, trying to, like, tax his mana, but I just didn't think it was worth it. So he's got 2 spells in hand, plays Blooming Marsh. Then we go to my turn. And now I'm like, this is where I debated on Bushwhack, but when I saw the cash grab, I was like, okay, I'm just going to replace my threat. So I think this is where we get a Terror. Terror makes the most sense, but also so does the enchantment. Like, the enchantment really grinds me out, but I already have one in play, so now with all the instants and sorceries, I think we're just like, yep, smack in. Makes the dude, blocks the crab, which I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot here. I think he lost a life off this. I'm just kind of hoping to get the 5 in. Then Bushwhack fight. And I think he has a judge ruling here. He's trying to confirm that I can target it, and I'm like, yeah, because it's not the blue creature is not targeting it. It's a green spell, so he just wanted to confirm with the judge, which I was like, yeah, man, that makes sense. But which here we're gonna move forward a little bit because I know the judge ruled, and he was like, yep, that's a green source. It's not, the crab's not targeting it, the green spell's targeting it, so it's, a legal play. He's like, damn, I know that's exactly what he was thinking. Now that card right there, I was like, oh man. Children, it's scary, especially when I'm trying to, like, get beans going. Now I think this is the turn where we're trying to get. We really need to get the Storm Chasers on lock. So I know he can't kill the Tolarian Terror. He's got 2 cards in hand, and I'm just like, if he's willing to trade. And then I think now he took the Land of War, and I grabbed the I think I grabbed the Bushwhack here. No, I don't. Gave him a chance for the trade. And this is where I messed up, and I was kind of upset here. I think this is kind of a big blunder because it is a man land, and I was like, oh, I forgot to play a land. I passed. He gained life. That's all that had happened. And I was just like, oh, I forgot to play a land. Can I play a land? Like, can we go back? And so, which of course it didn't rule in my favor. I think it even went to a head judge. Yeah, right here. I appealed it. She was like, nope, went too far. And I was just like, okay. Like, I've had plenty of times where people just get to take things back. So it was a little frustrating to me. Like, I've seen people, take back a land that they've played or whatever the case is. But I guess since we've moved turns, it changes. So, and then he draws Duress. Like, this was like the most salty thing ever. Literally draws a Duress for turn when I picked up the card. So he's gained 2 and I have lost 2. Then we've leveled up. Leveled up the talent, going to 6. He makes token. I think he just took 5 here, right? I don't think he blocked. Yeah, 5, which makes sense. Hits me for 5 and 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I was supposed to play defensive with him being just ahead here. I was supposed to play more defensive, which it looks like we drew. What is that? Is that like another go for the throat? So now we play the man land. See, if I would have played that man land that turn before, like, it would have been hard for him for him to attack, and it would allow me to attack. So he'd have to trade the resource. So I really need to trade a lot of like sleight of hands here to get out of this. So yeah, we just blocked the Sheldred. I took 2. And he just slams another Sheldred. Yeah, I figured as much. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah. What's he? Oh, Scavenging Ooze? Yeah, Scavenging Ooze is kind of a... I'm like, yeah, I think I'm dead here, so... Scavenging Ooze is going to eat up a couple of my cards and kind of just put me behind. I think I was just upset of the misplay. I'm trying to get off the tilt, so I think I still ended up... didn't let the tilt get to me. Alright, here we go. So I'm on the play now, getting my black source. I don't even know if I have another land in hand, and usually it's wrong to get the swamp, but I think I just wanted to get my black source because it just, having access to my premium removal against him is, in this matchup is like, I don't know, my opinion super relevant. I could be wrong. You guys can let me know. So, cast to Nowhere to Run. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. In my opinion, like anyone else, you always bolt the bird. And this is where I'm like, oh, man, that Nowhere to Run would have been great. So, what we do. We bushwhack in. Trying to fill up that graveyard. Get another land. I think we just tax. I think it's this town ain't big enough. No, go through the throat. Yep. So we go through the throat. The dude got 3 instances of sorcery. He's doing pretty good. and then a Glissa. So we're at 3, it's 6, so 7, so yeah, boom. So we got the crab. I think I had a this town, and I think a part of me was like, I feel like, I don't know, I can't really tell my hand. I'm like, at this town probably would have been better. And I felt so good here. The rest of me, I had, like, yeah, nice since this is our series. Oh, I had glissas in the sideboard that I brought in. I forgot with the Sultai list, which felt pretty cool. So, yeah, I'm like, I'm going to get in for 5. So we have him at, pretty sure he's at 15. And I still should be at 20. I don't think I've taken anything. I play my own glissa, so I'm like, yeah, I mean, we just play defensive here. Downfall to this is if he has a removal spell. Yep, aka removal spell. Feels bad. So now he gets to hit. I take 3. So he draws and he loses a life here. Which I think I was okay with, because I'm just like, alright, cool. I'll hit you for 5 again. Got him 9. I think I'm just okay with him still attacking. When I have another crab. I think I have another crab. Now they know where to run. Last card's probably a crab. I thought I did. I thought it was a terror, to be honest, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm not playing it. So nowhere to run. Ironically, I brought him in because I thought this card interacted with what's the big boy's name? Thrun. But I am totally and terribly wrong. So exiles my graveyard, blows up an enchantment. I still have a second one over there, just so you guys know. So, and now he's tapped out. So I'm just like, yeah, we just make a dude. I mean, I really like these vine stalks on the list. So he can't take both here. So, oh, does he? What? I guess he does. Am I like, did I miss something? I swear. Oh, he gained 4 life. And then he took 10 going to 3. And then does the same thing. Gains 4. No cards in hand. So, yeah, I think I feel like it's the same thing. He takes 5. Oops. Crazy enough, this guy ends up making it day 2, which was kind of frustrating. So, has no cards in hand, and I think I have an up to Beanstalk. So I had the option. I think I was, like, this game went a little bit longer. I think I was supposed to keep attacking. Because if he played this, I guess he would have hit a land, or would have traded my land for his land. So that's kind of where my thought was. Like, I will trade lands. Mine cost 5 and your cost 4. Or I can, like, try to reestablish my board here. Which I think is what I wanted to go for. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, I want to grab this cash grab, but I couldn't. Yeah, I really feel like, I think I was supposed to attack there again. So I would have killed his man land. Yeah, but then he just makes a dude. So 2 instants and sorceries, slide a hand, get it going. Yeah, we take the Seed of Hope, which makes sense. So I think I've made this mistake multiple times throughout the game, where I don't cast Seed of Hopes when I really should be, because like I think you're supposed to cast a main phase a lot of times, and there's multiple times where I messed this up. And here's a prime example, so you can get one. And so I gained 2 life here. Now we're at 4 instants and sorceries again. Makes a dude. Like, am I wrong? I feel like, yeah, he's at 1. He took 1 to do that. 1, 2. That's a Thrun. Ugh. So I think this is where I made the mistake. I was supposed to attack here. He couldn't have activate. He had to have blocked Thrun, block my 5/5 with the Thrun. So, and then my other dude would have been a 3/3, so he would have had to have trade Thrun and the 3/3, or I guess he at least had to do a chump block. So I would have been in a good spot. I guess I lose a land. That's where I'm like, eh. It just kind of didn't seem great. Yeah, and then I'm just pass, and then I'm like letting him rebuild store. And this is what's crazy, is that on top of that, man is at 1 life and draws a card at the end of turn and draws another card. I'm just like letting him get back into this game. It's so frustrating. But we do have a beanstalk out. I think I have like double. This town ain't big enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have a crab at the end of turn no matter what he does. And it's going to draw me a card. So Anywhere else, in turn, grab him, draw, tap your 2 dude, tap 2 dudes down. And I think this is a spot where I was like, man, I could really use a land. I think it was an untapped land. Yep, I'm like, blocks just in case and then go for the throats. Which I didn't understand. I feel like he could have just go for the throat. I'm like, bounce that, bounce my Storm Chaser's talent, and draw a card. I think this is where I was debating playing crab and then killing his dude, the Thrun, but I decided against that. I was like, I just need to establish. I'm gonna do this at the end of turn, and then we can just kind of like try to win. Because now I have 2 threats. He just absolutely has to draw something here. But I think I drugged the game out a little bit more. I could be wrong. I don't know. So far, it's been going pretty decent for me. So tap his dudes down. Now I have extra mana. Yeah, it's like deal with all 3 threats. I had the mana 1 for the longest time, but yeah, that was round 3 of the Spotlight series against Golgari. I think it's usually favored as long as I can keep a beans out. So Thrun can be hard to deal with, but we'll see. But yeah, I appreciate you guys staying along this far. Again, like I always try to do if you make it at the end of the video, you guys always want to leave a comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys so far. And again, please leave comments on letting me know what kind of giveaway you want me to do for my 100 subscribers. I haven't had any feedback yet. As soon as I get some feedback, I'm going to be doing it. And then when I post the video, I will, someone will be winning something. So let me know, guys. Peace. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.